Uzbekistan looks like a luxury Silk Road trip, but it can still be one of the best value international trips from India if you plan it in the right order. In this guide, I'll break down the real 10-day budget for Tashkent, Samarkand and Bukhara, what to book before you leave India, which apps to download, where the hidden costs come in, and the one hotel document you should not lose. All official links, the apps I mentioned, and a free Uzbekistan planning guide are linked in the description below, so use this video as the overview and the description as your checklist. Start with the visa. For Indian passport holders, the official e-visa portal is evisa.gov.uz. The fee is usually $20, and in our experience it was straightforward, but do not pay random agents just because their website ranks higher on search. Type the official address yourself, upload the photo and passport scan carefully, and keep both a phone copy and a printed copy. Flights are the biggest swing in the budget. From India, return tickets can sit around 21,000 to 35,000 rupees if you book early, and sometimes higher during peak dates. Check both Tashkent and Samarkand, because landing in Samarkand can save a train day if your route is already moving west. My practical order would be this: first check flight prices, then apply for the e-visa, then immediately book your trains. Do not leave trains for later. The most important transport tip in Uzbekistan is Afrosiyob. This is the high-speed train connecting the major Silk Road cities, and it is fast, comfortable and surprisingly affordable. A Tashkent to Samarkand ticket can be roughly 800 to 1500 rupees depending on class and availability. The problem is not the price, the problem is availability. Afrosiyob tickets can disappear weeks in advance, especially in tourist season. Use the official rail website eticket.railway.uz or the Uz Railway Tickets app. If payment fails, try the app, try a different card, or ask your hotel for help before you give up. Download 2 apps before you land: Uz Railway Tickets for trains and Yandex Go for city taxis. Yandex is the Uber-style app you'll use in Tashkent, Samarkand and Bukhara. It keeps pricing transparent and avoids the airport or street taxi negotiation game. Most of our city rides were in the 100 to 200 rupee range. If the high-speed train is sold out, you still have options. There are slower trains, shared taxis and private transfers. Shared taxis can be useful, but they take longer, are less comfortable, and are not the experience you want if you are carrying luggage between cities. So the simple rule is, book Afrosiyob early and treat that ticket as part of the trip foundation. Now accommodation. Uzbekistan is where you should not just sort by the cheapest hotel. The best value is often in boutique guest houses and heritage-style stays, especially in Samarkand and Bukhara. You get carved wood, courtyards, breakfast, and a sense of place that a generic hotel cannot give you. For a comfortable mid-range trip, budget roughly 3,000 to 5,000 rupees per night for a double room. If 2 people are sharing, that becomes very reasonable per person. Solo travelers can go much cheaper with hostels, often around 800 to 1500 rupees a night, but I would still choose location carefully. In Tashkent, stay close to the metro or the city center if it is your first time. In Samarkand, staying near Rajasthan makes evening walks easy. In Bukhara, the old city area is the whole point, so being walkable matters more than saving a few hundred rupees. One admin detail matters more than people expect: hotel registration. Your hotel or guest house should register your stay and may give you a registration slip or digital proof. Keep it. Do not throw it in a random bag pocket. I would keep screenshots and paper copies together with the passport copy. Most travelers will never be asked, but if immigration asks, you want the answer ready in 10 seconds. Food is where Uzbekistan can feel generous. A filling meal can be very affordable, and tea culture is everywhere. Plov is the famous dish, but if you do not eat meat, do not panic. You can still find bread, salads, vegetable soups, pumpkin manti, somsa, fruit, nuts, and vegetarian-friendly options in tourist areas. For budget planning, assume simple meals can be around 250 to 500 rupees, and more polished restaurants can still often stay under 1500 rupees per person unless you order heavily. A safe daily food estimate is around 1000 to 1500 rupees, depending on how much cafe hopping and restaurant dining you do. I would not go to Uzbekistan expecting Indian-style vegetarian variety everywhere, but I also would not avoid the country because of food. Learn a few phrases, save vegetarian restaurant options on your map, and use hotel breakfasts properly. That alone makes the food budget easier. Next, sightseeing and entrance tickets. This is the part people forget when they only count flights and hotels. Rajasthan, Shah-e-Zinda, the Ark of Bukhara and other monuments usually have entrance fees. Individually, they may not feel huge, but across 10 days they add up. Budget around 5,000 rupees for monuments, museums, and small ticketed experiences. If you love photography, also check camera or drone rules carefully. Do not assume every beautiful courtyard or station allows the same kind of filming. Internet is simple. A local SIM is usually cheap, and airport counters are convenient even if they are not always the absolute cheapest. Keep around 600 to 1,000 rupees for a SIM with enough data for maps, Yandex, translation, and ticket checks. Money is another area where small mistakes cost comfort. Carry clean US dollar notes if you plan to exchange cash. Torn, marked, or old notes may be rejected or valued worse. Cards work better in Tashkent than in smaller places, but cash is still useful in markets, taxis, small cafes, and older guest houses. Here is the rough 10-day total excluding international flights. Accommodation can be around 20,000 to 25,000 rupees per person if two people share. Food can be around 10,000 to 15,000. Internal trains and taxis can be around 6,000 to 10,000. Sightseeing, SIM, and small extras can be around 7,000 to 10,000. So a comfortable mid-range trip can land around 45,000 rupees per person without flights. Add flights and a realistic total becomes around 70,000 to 80,000 rupees per person. You can do it cheaper and you can also spend much more, but this is the range I would use for planning a good trip without feeling like you are punishing yourself. The reason Uzbekistan works is not just that it is cheap. It works because the value is high. The metro stations in Tashkent feel like museums. Samarkand gives you that grand Silk Road scale. Bukhara feels walkable and atmospheric, and the basic tourist infrastructure is easier than many first-timers expect. My final advice is simple. Book trains early, use official links, keep registration proof, use Yandex instead of random taxis, carry some clean dollars, and do not plan the whole trip only around famous monuments. Leave time for markets, metro stations, evening walks, tea, courtyards, and slow wandering. If you want the exact route, links, app names, and a printable budget checklist, I've put a free guide in the description below. Save it before you start booking, and if you have a specific Uzbekistan planning question, drop it in the comments. And if this was useful, subscribe to Tour of Detours. I'm building more practical travel guides like this, including a deeper guide to the Tashkent Metro and the best Silk Road route for first-time visitors. One more useful layer before you finalize this trip. Plan Uzbekistan around heat, train seats, and slow evenings, not only around monuments. In Tashkent, keep the metro for the middle of the day if it is hot outside. The stations are beautiful, cheap, cool, and they give you a soft landing into the city before the heavier Silk Road days begin. In Samarkand, do not treat Rajasthan like a quick photo stop. Go once in clean morning light and go again around sunset or after lights come on. It feels like a different place, and that second visit is usually where the trip starts feeling iconic. For Bukhara and Khiva, leave unplanned walking time. The best parts are not only the famous monuments, it is the lanes, courtyards, tea stops, craft shops, and the feeling that the old city is still breathing around you. For food, if you are vegetarian or you do not eat much meat, do not panic, but do not assume every plov counter will work for you either. Look for naan, salads, soups, eggs, samsa, tea houses, fruit markets, and restaurants that clearly understand vegetarian requests. And for money, keep this simple. Carry some clean US dollar notes as backup, use cards where they work, withdraw local som from proper ATMs, and keep small cash for taxis, toilets, markets, and quick snacks. The big mistake is trying to rush Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara, and Khiva like a checklist. The smarter version is to book the fast trains early, keep one easy evening in each major stop, and let the country feel bigger than the itinerary. If this video helped you plan your Uzbekistan trip, do like, share, and subscribe to 2F Detours.